Hello there. This is Three of Spades, and welcome back to Section 8, Mission 6. Dropping in from orbit all of a sudden doesn't look like they're giving me a cutscene. Okay. Awesome. Alright, infantry down. Smoke this other bastard. Yeah, told you. That fucking delay is gonna get me. Alright. Love the way this looks. This is a lot like Halo 4 and 5. I love that look. It's all angular and kind of like Transformers a bit. Or the James Cameron Avatar. Love big militarized shit. Kind of Aliens, Transformers, Halo 4, Titanfall. See, this game is probably one of my favorites. Simply because of how big it is and how little restrictions there tend to be. It's like a really good mix of Battlefront, Halo, Titanfall, and a few others, like I was saying. But it's fun. Not disappointed. This is not a poor waste of my time. There we go. Bye-bye. Alright. They got a big bridge. I like that bridge. Alright, need to go recon the generators. There it is. There's the supply. But yeah, you know, this is the thing. Oh, we got floating grass. It's the thing I was saying in the last episode before I kind of went too far on a tangent, but you know, this is the thing that people get is like, oh, clearly they'll have issues with some old things, but not others. It's like, I don't get it. People clearly have no issue, you know, interacting with a bunch of degenerate anime bullshit and all this other stuff, but then seemingly they make 100,000 excuses when it comes to a game that they actually own. They're like, oh, I want to own shit. I want it to be mine. Okay, here's a game that you own that's fun, that is yours. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, I see. Well, as I demonstrated with the whole stop killing games thing, you know, when people are actually there and can do something that they say they fucking want, even if it's made the easiest it possibly could be, they won't. They'll fail to do it. They'll come up with a million excuses, and that's even if they just have one. They just don't want you to do it. Why? Fuck if I know why. Probably because it's a good idea and we can't do that. We just need to stay angry or whatever. I don't understand. I guess it's really good for trolling, though. Maybe they're trolling themselves and they don't even know it. Well, I'm sure they know it. I just think at this point they don't care. I mean, hell, like 15 years? You would think at some point these motherfuckers would care. Not really. If they care, they don't care to actually take much action to it. There we go. Bye-bye, bitch. No, we have to actually just be part of whatever the fuck it is that's new. Even though if the new thing is jumping off a bridge, which it is. We want to be part of it, because that's what everyone else is doing. No, I don't want to jump off a bridge. But statistically, you do. You know, that's the thing is, if it gets to games, well, it can get anywhere. It was conditioning. You know, it started as little things like, oh, we're going to start removing bot support from games. We're going to start removing the campaign. We're going to start adding DLCs. We're going to make you pay for it instead. No, they don't even make you pay for that shit. They just straight up don't do it. Because it's not to say it's money. It's to condition you to accept things that are bad for you until you act like a fucking idiot. See, the new thing conditions you to, the emperor's new clothes in a way. You're conditioned to believe that something is good simply because you're told it's important, even though there's nothing there. Substanceless. Oh, it looks pretty, though. Yeah, well, I mean, a car crash might look pretty, depending on your point of view, but that doesn't mean I want to be fucking involved in it either. Oh, well, I like the fire. Well, I don't like any of this or where this is going, so I'm going to opt and just, I'm going to opt to go do something else that's good for me. If you want to go fuck up your computer on your own time, well, feel free. Not going to go fucking listen to bad advice when it comes to, say, Linux, right? Linux is the most fucking broken, distraught, divided piece of shit that there possibly could be. People said Windows Vista was horrible because there were so many versions. Linux is that same dilemma, repeated exactly, and then made hundreds and hundreds of times worse. It is hysterically bad, to the point where it's no fucking wonder that nobody uses that bullshit. Yet they'll say, oh, just switch to Linux. Why? Trust me, because it's free. Okay, well, I mean, getting shot in the head is free. Getting rammed by a car is free. I don't think those are good. Once again, free doesn't mean good, technically. You know, fucking getting thrown off a bridge like this motherfucker is free, but yeah. I wouldn't exactly call him in the best position right now, would I? No. I think this motherfucker is SOL. Just filled his guts full of lead for free. That'll make it a good thing I did to him. I do like those ragdolls, though. Those are pretty good. Recently, I've kind of found a Tech Yes City video where he found a program. Now, Tech Yes City is actually pretty useful. He's one of the few tech YouTubers that I would say, yeah, go watch this guy, especially if you want to find some cool shit. He did a video forever ago where he tested Windows 15.07 versus the 2020 version, and I'd love to see a new updated version where he tests that against all of Windows 11 and all of these other versions and goes into depth with every version of Windows 10, maybe even 7, just to compare the performance and maybe even do bloated versions of those older ones versus stock. It would be a great fucking video. That could easily be an hour-long video, and I would love to see him do that. So, Tech Yes City, if you're fucking, curious as to making shit run better, dude, show like an older fucking Windows 10 that works. Show all the old Windows 10 versions and do a massive comparison. I'd love to see that. Then compare that shit to, the performance of Windows 7, 8, and 11. Because that's the thing, Windows 8 gets overlooked, but it's pretty good. A lot of the stuff that Windows 10 gets credit for, 8 did first, but, people didn't like 8 because, actually, I don't know why the fuck they didn't like Windows 8. It was probably just a bunch of the shit that they added with 10 that got worse, but then everybody said they liked 10, which did everything that they said Windows 8 did, but didn't. Like, oh, Windows 8 fucking forces you to do all this shit. No, it doesn't. You can just turn it off. By default, yeah, it's kind of annoying, but you can turn it off. Not disabled. Not just, oh, later. No, off. Gone. You can remove it. You don't need some bullshit scripts either. And it's the thing that Tech Yes came to the conclusion of. He only tested like 3 games. I think it was For Honor, Counter-Strike, and then like Forza. But he found that it's not even margin of error. Using Windows 10 15.07 straight up just gives you 30% better performance. Now, obviously, using the oldest version of Windows 10 is not going to work because that doesn't work on every computer, as much as I would love it to. Some computers just straight up can't fucking use it. My laptop, the oldest version it can use of Windows 10, while having graphics card support and all of that. The oldest version it can use is actually 1809, but if I compared 1809 to 21H2 or whatever it was, 21H1 or 20H1, it wasn't even a comparison. It was a fucking execution. 1809 ran fucking smoothly, so the best advice I can usually give people is to run the oldest version of the newest thing. So that way it's not tainted or destroyed by updates later that fuck it up because they want to sell you something. Make sure you keep a backup of whatever the fuck Windows version you're on. So that way if you switch to Linux or something later, well, you have the actual option to go back and use something that worked. Or if you want to do a dual boot, it's a lot easier because your Windows isn't going to update and fuck something up because Microsoft loves to torture people. And you think I'm kidding? Why the fuck would they absolutely hide, about 70 graphics or 70 fucking power settings? Why would they only have about, 7? I think they might have about, 7 or about 15 settings, tops. By default. Tech Yes City found out there's a whole programs, you can use to unhide all of these settings. Turns out Windows 10 is pretty open, and it works better than Linux. So realistically, if you play your shit right, you can get it working, and you can get it better experience than Linux. All right, mission accomplished. Awesome. It was pretty surreal to see all of that shit. I was like, I knew Windows 10 was hiding more shit from me, but I just didn't know where. It turned out it was the power options. That default start menu as well, there's just a shitload of hidden settings in there. Why is it so empty? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because they've hidden shit from you to tell you you can't use your computer in the way you want to. If I can't break my own shit, that means I don't have any control over it. If I don't have the ability to do what I want with my fucking computer, that means I don't own my computer. So that's why I use Windows 10 Ameliorated, the 1903 version, because it works and I own it. It's mine to control, and it doesn't ever blue screen. You know why? Because it's not phoning home to Microsoft. It's not doing a bunch of bullshit in the background with spyware and other stuff. Or if it is, I can actually just straight up remove that shit and use something that isn't gonna fucking spy on me and send my data to the CIA. Or China, or India, or whoever the fuck is, whoever the fuck is benefiting from this shit. Is it foolproof? No, because I still use Steam and other stuff, so. Realistically, I'm not like a wanted fugitive or enemy of the state, but it's still a good idea to be, conscious about your privacy and whatever the fuck you're giving out there. Naturally, with YouTube, I kind of sacrifice a bit of that, and I'm sure quite a lot of it, because I just want to watch weird free AI videos and other shit on the internet. Seriously, this is a fun place to be, and I wouldn't keep coming back here if it weren't. Like, if it just was not fun, I would stop. I did that for a few months, and then I went back to games. And then I just had more fun, because it turns out I just wasn't using YouTube in the way I should have. I was worrying about bullshit I couldn't fucking control, doing nothing about it. So that's why I've changed to worrying about shit that I can control and doing something about it. It's also why I play games, because honestly, I got sick and tired of people just talking about bullshit and not playing any games, not having fun. Clearly they didn't care, and they just put on a show. Like, the whole video essay thing is a load of shit. People can't pronounce basic fucking words. They sound like a 7-year-old, but they're clearly 30 or 40 or sometimes even 70 or 80. They just love bitching into their fucking camera on a green screen saying the word objectively 7,000 times like a retard who just figured out a dictionary exists. Great job. Anyway, that'll do it for this mission. Thanks for watching.